So in baseball and in softball, before you get up to bat, you are on deck, right? You have that batter that goes before you, and on deck, and then the bench. What we were taught is that we are supposed to watch the pitcher, right? We're supposed to practice our swings. We're not just supposed to stand there. No, you have to see, are they changing it up? Are they throwing fastball sliders? Are they throwing curveballs? And you got to prepare yourself for how you are supposed to stand in the batter's box when it's your turn to go up. So today, that's what we're talking about. Being on deck and being prepared for when you are called up to the plate. And in the story with Elijah, when he was on that mountaintop, God relieved him of his duties of being a prophet. And he told him to go and anoint Elisha to be the prophet that is supposed to replace him. And sometimes that's hard, you know? If God is calling you to different areas where he's telling you, like, hey, your assignment is done in this season of your life. You still have things to do, but somebody is coming to replace you. So it's a twofold message, because the leaders that are there, don't be stingy with your roles, right? Make room for those that are coming behind you. And for those that are the servants, those that are the second chair in your learning, and sometimes it can be frustrating. Have a heart like Elisha, because when Elijah put the mantle on him, and you can see that as like your mentor, whoever is putting the weight of that leadership, of that power, is like, hey, is your time. I'm appointing you for such a time as this. I'm gonna put this mantle on you. That power shifted to him, right? And sometimes it can be overwhelming. And for Elisha, he turned and was like, hey, like, let me go home real fast. Let me do this and this. And then Elijah was like, hey, like, you could do that, but think about what just happened. And what Elisha did, he didn't allow his current circumstances, what he had in life, to hold him back from where God was taking him. Sometimes that can happen to us, because it's hard to let go of what we know to go to the unknown. And that's where faith comes in, because when Elijah told him that, he was like, I bet. He went back home. He was like, man, mom, pops, family, like, I'm about to leave. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all, but I'm about to leave. He killed the oxen. He made the sacrifices. He gave food to everybody. He was like, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to feed all of y'all, but then I'm going to dip out. And for us today, when we are being mentored to in a proper, and I want to say this because sometimes we don't have the best mentors, right? So we need to be diligent in our own selves, in our own walks, making sure we choose the right mentors. Because you don't want anybody just preaching over your life. No, you gotta find the right people to do that in your life, right? And it might even be people in your family that, like, you need the right mentors, the right role models, the right people to look up to. Because let's be honest, a lot of us come from different circumstances in life, and the cards are not always in our favor of who is over our life, shepherding us, right? Being a shepherd to us. So when we get the opportunity where God is, where the Holy Spirit is speaking to us and putting us in these areas where we can choose, where we can be a voice for not just ourselves but for other people, we need to be advocates of that, while we're in the mentor role and while we're in that role of being a servant. So, hey, when you're up deck, when you're on that circle, prepare accordingly, right? Be ready for the pitches of life, like what life is throwing at us, right? And like, it might seem impossible when you're on that circle. It's like, man, like, they're throwing some hitters. Like, I don't know if I can hit this out the park. Like, and with that, I know it might be hard at times, and I don't know where you're at in your life, but take it one chunk at a time, right? Maybe, Don't swing for the home run. Don't swing for the fences. Let's get on base. In baseball, like the power hitters, they don't always hit the ball. Yes, that's their strategy. They're trying to knock it out. But sometimes you don't knock it out. But getting on base is a start, right? And eventually you're gonna get back to the home plate, and guess what? It's gonna start all over again. So with that, I want you guys to have the mindset of having that endurance as well. So as you guys are on deck, just a little recap. Prepare accordingly. Have the right mentors in your life. Be the right mentor. And don't allow your past to hold you back from the blessings that God is bringing you to. Because we can get comfortable. We can be complacent. And God does not want us to do that. Right? The world is waiting for you to bring the gospel. The world is waiting for you to be that person that is stepping in and being the ear. Being the hands and the feet, right? It's showing them who God is. And it might not always be through the joys and the laughter of stories. It might be through pain, through testimonies, through you being vulnerable to those around you. I love y'all like always. Hey, stay blessed and peace.